down and help us honor Amy Smith for 25 years as one of our bus drivers.
Who else got notes? I brought like cans. I'm going to start with my most junior employee, Mark Van, who could not be with us tonight. He had another family engagement. Mark joined the district in June of 1995 as a full-time bus driver. And I've only known Mark directly for about 3 years, but he was someone that I would consider the consummate professional. Mark has this inherent caring for just kids and his colleagues and people around him, and he's just this kind of silent leader person that's always been there and kind of in the periphery. And he's also been an incredible resource to me. When I took on transportation about 3 years ago, what I knew about transportation you could probably not even cover at the bottom of a thimble. Mark was there as a resource to help me work through a lot of the just duties and responsibilities of the driver and the requirements. At that same time, he was the support staff rep for transportation, so him and I had a lot of real dialogue and conversation about what not only his, I guess, colleagues were interested in regarding the bargaining unit agreement, but he clearly understood district needs and how contract language works. So he was an excellent individual to work with from that aspect. I think Mark is one of those guys that's very private, but he's very approachable, so you always know he's there if you need him. Mark and Sonia, for those of you that know him, have this thing about camping that it's like that's all they do all the time. They just love to do it, and so they have, I believe, a piece of property up on Connecticut Hill now that they've been kind of cleaning up and working on, and it's kind of like the family Ponderosa. A lot of cousins and everybody else goes up there, so I know that they're planning on spending a lot of time doing that, and that's great for them. So all I'd like to do is, to Mark, thank you very much for your camaraderie and service to the district over the years. Congratulations and happy trails to you. Amy, don't get embarrassed. Amy's one of the grand dams of transportation department. She's been with us for 25 years, and I believe she's the only individual, I could be mistaken by one or two, that's on the same route for 25 years. She's never changed. She actually transported my kids to school, and they are now 30 and 34 years old, so her and I have been here for a while. Amy's a private person. She's very quiet, but what she told me she liked most about the job is her interactions with others. I think this has served her incredibly well on her run. We affectionately call it Animal House on Wheels. And it is Mecklenburg, so there must be something in the water. We don't have chlorine, maybe that's it. And we've continually advocated for a monitor on that bus, though we haven't been really successful. What I did find out is that we have one particular residence on that run that used to be known as Malcolm House. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's actually more like transient housing. So it's presented us with some students, if you will, that are particularly challenging along the way. And several years ago, it was understood by a certain administrator that we really did need a monitor on that bus. So this person, who kind of commanded a very strict disciplinary code and was an imposing stature, I guess, if you will, decided to assist Amy on this run. Unfortunately, the students were much bigger than Carolyn Lang, so that didn't last long. You know, we tried, failed. Amy's still here. When I asked Amy what she appreciated most about being a bus driver, she said she loved the early mornings, being the only person out on the road, no other cars, and being able to watch the sun come up and then the kids started getting on the bus, and that was kind of over. I think in closing, what I'd like to say, Amy, is I have to apologize that I was never able to get you the taser. Not that we didn't try, but, you know, I just couldn't, somehow I couldn't get that through. And really, just best wishes to you, congratulations, best in your future years, and have fun.